throw your hands in the air if you're a true player. To the homies getting money, playing fellas like dummies.
Hey everybody, it's Sunday night. You know what time that is. That means it's time for Let's Talk Phys Ed. I'm Jason Steele. I'm your host. Let's Talk Phys Ed is a show where we get to talk phys ed and more with some of the most influential physical educators and health educators around the world. With me, as always, my co-host, Tanner Roast. Tanner, how's it going tonight?
Today is awesome. Guess what? We're having a party. Woo! It is our 1 year anniversary. Jason, blow the candle.
1 year anniversary of Let's Talk Phys Ed. I'm gonna blow that candle out right through this computer screen. Here we go. Ready?
Nice.
Oh, they believed that I did that. 1 year, Tanner. Episode 35. Can you imagine?
No, it's gotten big. Hey, we have big news this week. I want you to go ahead and explain. We got hooked up with Open and got hooked up with U.S. Games. And Jason, tell them about it.
Yeah, so we're going to be in Tampa. Like, this is our last show before rolling into Tampa, Shape Tampa. Super excited to be there. I think I'm a little stressed out, the anticipation of it all. And so what we did, we kind of hooked up with the Open Forum podcast. And so Mike and Jason and Tanner are going to be kind of tag teaming some stuff. And we're going to be there in the U.S. Games in the Open booth. Super excited to talk phys ed with people there. So if you're going to be in Shape Tampa, make sure you stop by and see us, and you might get on the show, Tanner. They might get on the show. With us tonight, the King, Jaryd Prince. Jaryd Prince.
Hi, everyone. I am very excited to join you for your 1 year anniversary. What a honor to be able to do that. If you make it to Shape Tampa, you got to stop by and see these guys. You're going to have some fun. You're going to enjoy yourself and even catch up on a little phys ed while doing so. So do it.
It'll be a blast for sure. And honestly, when we were putting the schedule together, we're like, we have to have, for that 1 year anniversary, we got to have somebody special on there. We've obviously met. We're friends. We're buddies. We message back and forth all the time. But you were there in the hotel, in the elevator, when this show was basically invented, like when the whole works when it was going through when we brought it up and we're like, we got to do this show.
It was just a fun conversation at the time, but now it's a 35 episode show that everybody loves watching, and you guys keep us entertained while providing quality phys ed talk, which is awesome, and I'm glad to see what this came up to be.
Quality phys ed talk and more, right?
Jaryd, did you roll your eyes as hard as I did when Jason said we got to do a phys ed talk show? Because when he said that, I was like, oh my God, this is ridiculous.
We were trying to imagine what that would be like, and it's crazy how one conversation can spark something.
The original idea had us somehow, not in the same room, but somehow, as we were recording, we were both on a couch, where you've got the coffee table and our legs are crossed, and we're drinking our water or whatever.
On the couch.
But it's turned into this. It's been fun. It's been real. 1 whole year we've made it, 35 episodes, and couldn't imagine having anybody else on. So Jaryd, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Haven't got canceled yet.
Not canceled. We're not kicked off the air yet, but we've probably been pretty close some of these episodes. But so let's get the show started. Obviously, congratulations are in order to Jaryd. Jaryd just had a new addition to the family. Congratulations. That is awesome. So happy for you. Can you tell us how all that went down? How is everybody? What's going on with that?
So we already had our two with Cadence, my kindergartner, and Josiah, my 2-year-old, and they adore their baby sister. She is Adley May. She was born March 11th at about 8:22 a.m. It was very easy pregnancy because the first two were really complicated, and it was kind of nice to have that. And she's just been a very welcome addition to our family. She's adorable. She looks just like her baby brother when he was young, but it's surreal just to bring life into this world and being able to be a father to these three is just a true honor and a true blessing.
100%, and huge congratulations go out to
That's
you
awesome.
and mom and brother and sister. So, can you tell us, was it hard to pick a baby name being in a elementary school? I know when I was having children, we struggled. We went back and forth quite a bit. My wife would throw out a name and I would say nope, and she would throw out a name and I'd say nope. And
Well,
it took us a while,
we knew
but
it was a girl.
found a good name. So
Yeah, we knew it was a girl. So kind of how we go about it is my wife does the same thing. She'll throw out names and we'll have a good discussion. And she names the kids. I'm not gonna lie. She comes up with some pretty good names, and Adley's not something you hear a lot. And unfortunately, you have to like say it twice. Is it Adley? Is it whatever? But Adley is it, and she came up with it, and I rolled with it because it's a good name. I saw Mark Youngman did something where he had students try to guess the name of his one that he just had, his little boy he just had, and I thought that was kind of cool. But I didn't get that creative. But yeah, seeing so many students, you would get all these kinds of names. But we came up with Adley, and Tiffany comes up with the names.
well, that is so cool.
The year that our boys are both Grayson, we try to say that in every episode, but the year that our boy was born, I had never taught a Grayson before. And 6 years later, I've got 8 in my class. So I don't know how that works.
Yeah. That is unreal. I actually have one other Grayson at my school, but it's spelled a little differently. But yeah, we had never seen the name, to be honest, with Grayson. We went on the internet and you could type in your name and your wife's name, and then it would give you suggestions. And Grayson came up.
Last name and get suggestions. Yeah.
Grayson came up, so that's what it. So there you go. There he is. And I didn't teach any, so.
That's nice. So Google picks your baby names.
Yes, Google
All right.
picks ours.
All right, so Perkett and I are gonna go co-present at the Shape America PLC Professional Learning Institute in Sioux Falls, and our audience might not know this, but you're presenting too. Have you told anybody what you're presenting on?
I am presenting on Responsive Classroom. Basically, Responsive Classroom, it puts the social emotional learning of students at just as important as the academic learning that they're having. And I thought that was a perfect presentation for the conference that Shape is putting on. I couldn't hesitate to put that in as a presentation. I'm glad it got accepted.
Yeah, when I saw that they were going to do the SEL conference, I thought for sure Jaryd's going to put that in. I'm really glad that you did. And I'm really glad that they decided that yours was the right one to present on Responsive Classroom.
I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of hoping I get the same opportunity to present at the Iowa AFRID conference, so I can get a little tune-up before the bigger Shape America conference. So.
Yeah, I totally understand how that works.
So I don't know if anybody noticed there, but Tanner called me Perkett. He's got this little funny joke where him and Jaryd call me Perkett because before they had met me in person, I did not have my name on my Twitter account. It just said Perkett PE, and I didn't have my picture. I had a picture of a Panther because we are the Panthers. So when I showed up and actually met Tanner and Jaryd, they said, "Hey, Perkett." I think Tanner said, "Hey, Perkett," and then Jaryd said, "You don't look like a Panther," and that's how we met. So
I'll always remember that. That was
yeah,
first time I ever met a Panther, especially a Perkett Panther.
I think they also had bets on what kind of vehicle I had. Like
Yes.
One of them goes, "See, I told you he's from North Dakota. He's gonna have a truck."
I told them
Yeah.
it had to be a truck.
It had to be a truck. Yeah. So both of you put in proposals for the Iowa AFRID convention, and you both did it for dance, correct?
Yeah, we're going to co-present, right?
You're going to co-present on some dance. So hopefully you're ready for this. This is a little surprise for the both of you. You're going to do some short little dance moves. I don't have any music for you. But you're going to just create them, like the music has to be in your head as you do these. So let's see if you're prepared and if you're trained enough to actually present on dance together at that
I need to stand up.
It's up to you. I don't think you really need to dance up or stand up.
Yeah. Let's see. I can't see.
I don't know if I've got this. I'm gonna sit.
There we go. We got one standing and one sitting.
All right.
Tanner, you ready?
No, you can't see me. All right. Is that okay?
Here we go. Show us your best robot move.
Oh yeah, robot.
Hold on.
You can't see my legs, but they're perfect.
That's really good, guys. That's really good. I'd give it a, I don't know, 7.5 out of 10, maybe. Maybe
Yeah, I'll
8.
take that. I'll take it.
I would 7.5. I'd have to see the legs to see if I'm gonna give you an 8. Okay.
Jared and I are gonna be awesome.
I hope so. Yeah, I'll be there. Iconic 70s style dance.
All right.
Both of them going with the Travolta.
You can't see my hips. I'm zooming on my hips, but then I get it appropriate.
That was okay. I think you guys planned that. I'm gonna give that a 5.
Well, we're gonna co-present this. We're gonna co-present this, right, Jared? We gotta do it the same.
Yeah, we gotta be on cue.
You guys got to work on that one. Ballet. Your best ballet moves, boys.
I wish you could see my whole body because ballet is all about the feet, right?
Right. Are you up on the
I
tiptoes?
am on my toes.
That's really good. 8 out of 10.
Yes.
8 out of 10. It was graceful. Graceful.
I actually threw hammer throw in college, so I kind of got the footwork, I think. Maybe.
All right, we're going to switch it up now. Tanner, you're doing Irish dancing, and Jaryd, you're doing car dancing. Tanner,
Oh, so this is all about feet for me.
Yep.
Angle stuff.
Irish
All right.
dancing for Tanner, car dancing for Jaryd.
Just in a car?
Yeah,
Right.
what are you doing when you're driving in the car? Ooh, not bad. You're doing that as you're driving the car, Jaryd?
My daughter loves it. My daughter loves it.
I'm hoping you're stopped at a red light.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna have to rewatch this episode because I didn't see what Jared did. I'm sure it was awesome.
It was pretty good.
All right, so I think we're gonna be set to teach that dance lesson over there.
Yeah, we just got the video there for it, so we're good.
We'll be all right.
Perfect. So, do you know who Bret Hart is?
Bret Hart?
Yeah, Bret Hart, the Hitman.
Bret the Hitman Hart.
Okay, yes. Sorry.
So-
yes.
Jason and I was at season 1. We were really excited because we found out that Bret Hart had graduated with a PE teaching degree, I think.
Yeah.
So we contacted him. Doubt he got it.
No
He didn't
response.
reply.
No response. Yeah.
We wanted him on our show. He didn't respond. Anyway, he was busy last night. He was getting inducted into the Wrestling Hall of Fame. I saw that on Twitter. And some knucklehead tried to jump into the ring. I don't know, like fight him or something. It was super crazy. So my question to you is, did you follow wrestling as a child or maybe as an adult?
I did. Yes, I did. I followed WWF, and I loved it. I had all the little toys and gadgets that went with it, and that was like my favorite Christmas present. I got the wrestling ring with a cage on it. So, yeah,
Nice.
I followed.
Who are your favorite wrestlers to follow?
I really liked The Edge, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and The Undertaker. Those are my favorites.
I like
See,
these
I-
Undertaker too.
Being a graybeard, I liked the guys who were a little bit older than that. I was more of like a Macho Man, Ultimate Warrior.
That's good, yeah. Yeah.
I was like the Jake the Snake kind of guy.
Jake the
Ted
Snake.
DiBiase.
I got to be honest though, my favorite of all time, and he's not many people's favorites, but I just loved when he would like run around the ring and just hammer people, was Tatanka. You remember?
yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
I like Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was good too.
Shawn Michaels was good. But yeah, if anybody out there is watching, we need Bret the Hitman Hart on Let's Talk Phys Ed.
Who's got the connection?
Come on here.
We just need the one right person to see it. So, okay, Jaryd, you're in your first 5 years as a PE teacher, okay?
Yes.
Which is amazing to me. I could have swore just following you on Twitter, like there's no way you're in your first 5 years. Like you're a seasoned vet. The stuff that you post is awesome. What you're doing in your classroom is amazing. You don't have any gray hairs in your beard yet.
My wife tends to disagree.
I could put you in the first 5-year category. Wait till you get to year 12 and higher, like we are. We'll see how that goes. But so you're in your first 5 years. You've already got your master's. You're on the Iowa. I got to look at it here. Your state leadership council. You've presented at your state regional conferences, all sorts of different things. So, what is driving you as a young physical educator to go above and beyond what an average physical education teacher would be doing? Just the things that you're doing outside of the classroom. Like, what is driving you to do that?
So, my wife is a tremendous supporter of what I do, and I couldn't do any of this without her support. She finds equipment at Walmart and Dollar Tree and says, "Hey, how can you use this in your classroom?" And I'm like,
So awesome.
I'll find a way. But it all started with a blog post I found about flickers, right? So I saw it on Joey Fight's physical educator page, and I started following it. And I found something about Twitter, and I found Twitter. And if you're not on Twitter, please find it because it's incredible. But that really jump-started everything for me, year 3. And I just found so many incredible followers to really get my mind thinking what quality physical education really should be. And now it's just the students. I want the best for them. I reflect constantly about what I'm doing and if it's right for them. And if it's not right, what can I do to improve it? And I just want to do everything for my students so they can get the best experience possible in physical education.
Very, very well said. And I think that's, you said a couple things there that I think resonate with a lot of us in that we have to have a good supporting cast, right? Like you mentioned your wife, obviously a huge supporter of what you're doing. And I think I could speak for Tanner and myself. Our wives have been a huge support for what we're doing. They put up with all of our shenanigans. They put up with all of our ideas that we have. And they basically just support us and allow us to do what we want to do to make physical education better. So huge shout out to all the wives and husbands out there that are supporting us in that. So very well said.
Yeah, thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Allie. Thank you, Trina.
Amazing woman.
All right. So, hey, they are. So somehow you have turned me into the Casey's breakfast pizza guy. It started when we drove to Shape Central. We got up early, we got a breakfast pizza, drove across the state. Then the next time we went to some IFERD meetings, you and me got another big breakfast pizza. This Casey's breakfast pizza is fantastic. Yeah, Casey's breakfast pizza.
You need some Casey's breakfast pizza in your life.
Yeah, so like 2 weeks ago, we went up to Des Moines for another IFERD thing, and you weren't there. You were with your baby, I suppose, doing the dad stuff. And I had to buy another breakfast pizza. So what's the deal with this? Why am I the breakfast pizza guy? Like, what would you?
I'll get it next time. I'll get it next time.
No, I mean, like, what else could we eat? Because I know you're coming up here at the end of April, and we're gonna go drive to another meeting early in the morning. What can we eat that's not breakfast pizza?
Does it have to? Is there another option? I didn't know there was.
I mean, like, I don't know, Jason, what would you eat early morning?
I love breakfast pizza. I love breakfast pizza. Like we have a gas station near me, a convenience store that sells. I don't know how good Casey's breakfast pizza is, but this stuff is like, I crave it. It is so awesome, and you got to get there early, otherwise it's gone, right?
Not when you call in and you order one.
Yeah, well, I guess if I wasn't gonna go with breakfast pizza, like we have in Minot, it's new and it's kind of around like North Dakota area right now, but donut shops, like fancy donut shops, like the one in Minot is called Bear Scat Donuts. I mean, they do crazy stuff, right? Like they do, I don't know, you got donuts with bacon and cheeseburgers on them or something. I don't know, like they got Oreo donuts and all different kinds. So I'm a donut guy too. I'd have to go with donuts if it wasn't going to be breakfast pizza. So
I can enjoy a good donut, but I think if I didn't choose breakfast pizza, it'd probably be just a toasted bagel with some cream cheese on it. I could go for that.
Good choice.
Every morning in my house. Every morning.
I know I shouldn't say this as a physical education person and a health person, but I'm not a huge breakfast guy though when it comes to it. Like, just give me my cup of coffee and I'm good to go till lunch. Big lunch guy though. Big lunch guy. So we're sitting here trying to think of questions, right? And what can we ask Jaryd? Like right now at his house, it must be awesome. Don't get me wrong. But it's got to be absolute chaos right now, right? You've got 3 kids in the house. You're teaching. You're doing all this stuff. We coerced you into the show here, so I'm sure bedtime was like, come on, just hurry up and get to bed. I got to get on my show here.
Yeah, very predictable.
Describe your life right now by a movie. In a movie. So like what movie out there that everybody would know describes your life right now?
Probably Cheaper by the Dozen. It feels like we have a dozen kids maybe at times, but you've probably never met my son, but he is something special. He is a crazy little boy, and he's like 5 kids in one. He's so special. He's so funny, but he is wild. And our daughter is so mature for a 5-year-old, and it's every day is a new experience with my kids. And I can't wait to see Adley grow up and just see her personality grow and everything. But
yeah,
he probably doesn't. It's chaos, but it's enjoyable chaos, and it's fun,
but it's awesome.
Yeah.
So does that make you the football coach who's going to be like moving to the new school kind of thing, or like, does that make Tiffany? Is she like the book author who's going to like leave for a while, or what's going on?
Although I'm a football coach, I am planning on staying at Jefferson, but no, I'm not leaving any school. But no, it's been fun. It's 3rd kids made everything that much more enjoyable.
Tanner, what do you got going on, Tanner?
That was the movie I was going to pick.
You were going to pick that? Well, too bad. Jaryd picked it. No,
Didn't you see me celebrate? All right.
No, that's why you
I was excited for that one. Now I got to think. A movie. Home Alone, maybe? I mean, because I'm leaving and my family is home alone. Bye-bye. See you in a week.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he's thrilled.
I hope my wife didn't hear that, by the way.
She will. There's not many people that watch the show, and I'm sure it's Jaryd watches everyone. Got a couple other people that watch every show, and then our wives. So
yeah.
My wife listens to it from here.
I don't know if you have me on Facebook or not, but just today I was writing a grant for some new equipment in PE, and my wife was with our baby, and our kids were playing outside. I could hear them through the window, and all of a sudden it got quiet. And I go outside, and my son is just covered in mud. Took his shoes off and everything to play in it. That's every day.
You're only young once, right? They're only young once. Let them play in the mud.
That's nice. All right. So, hey, before you leave, we've been trying to ask a lot of people who have been on our show, what's like your go-to story? What's your favorite funny story that you just can't wait to tell? And when you get done, I got to make sure I tell mine from this week.
All right. It probably wasn't funny for me at the time, but we were at state track, and I don't know if you know him or not, but David Johnson, he plays on the Arizona Cardinals.
Yep.
He went to high school, I think. And we were at Texas Roadhouse, and we were just getting ready to leave, head back to the hotel. I was so excited because I placed 5th that day, and we were getting ready for the final day, and we see this very attractive woman walking into Texas Roadhouse. And we were all being little high school guys trying to impress the ladies, and David thought it would be funny to try to de-pants me at that time. So he grabs my shorts and grabs too much, and my compression shorts as well. Everything comes down in front of the coaches, in front of these attractive women, in front of all the other teammates that were there. I'm sure it was hilarious, but at the time it wasn't very funny.
At the time it wasn't funny. I've heard that story before, and we won't get into it because we're a family show here and all. But I think there was more jokes made when the first time you told us that story.
Oh, that was a good one.
I do like that one.
All right, so I do feel like I need to share my story. So I had this author visit, Shelley Boyan-Breen. She's awesome, author of the book series Shelley Being the Sports Queen. I retweet her stuff quite a bit. Anyway, so she came and visited my school and did a presentation. And during the K2 presentation, right at the end, she was signing some autographs and giving some books out. And I had been recording her using her iPad the whole time. And it was just on a tripod. So like 30 minutes into it, it was still recording. And this girl gets up to leave and just vomits all over the gym. Now, I felt terrible for her because, you're in front of 250 kids. But it was right in front of the camera. So when Shelley goes back and she rewatches herself do her presentation, she's going to get a nice surprise right at the end. So,
oh man,
it was like my ooh. But
There's a lot of funny stories with vomit.
Ooh, boy.
I have a cohort here in Clinton that he was doing the parachute, and one of his students, as they were doing this, they were waving it up and down. One of his students said, Mr. Stone, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. And he's like, well, okay, just step to the side, and when you feel better, you can come back. And the student said, I can't wait, and threw up as they were waving the parachute on the parachute, which is.
Did they keep waving it? Just it all over. And if it's a parachute like my parachute, I have a big parachute. I don't think you can fit that thing in a washing machine.
I've never tried mine.
I mean, really? I don't.
I've washed a parachute before.
Oof. Okay. Well, I think my first instinct, I just hose it down or something.
Yeah.
You have to dry it in my whole basement. We stretched it out and wall to wall, corner to corner, and it was not quite all the way laid out, but it took forever to dry it. My kid woke up the next morning. What the heck is this?
Went running across and slipped and fell on it. Jaryd, that's it for tonight. You made it through episode 35, man.
Thank you for having me.
Anniversary. So awesome to have you on. Thank you so much for being here and joining us tonight. Before we take off, what we like to do is we like to, and he's going to eat that in front of us right now. I could totally go for a cupcake right now too. But what we like to do is you're going to kind of sign us off. We're going to play some cheesy talk show theme music, and you're going to tell us how we can get a hold of you. If you have a website or your Twitter handle or Facebook or anything that you want to share before we leave, it's all you.
All right. Well, thanks for joining this incredible Let's Talk Phys Ed 1 year episode. We are glad you joined us today, and you can find me, Jaryd Prince, at J Prince Phys Ed on Twitter, and Jefferson Elementary Physical Education on Facebook. All of you have a good night, and see you next week.
All right. See you, everybody.
Thank you, Jaryd.
Shape Tampa. We'll see you there.